Welcome back to the channel.
Yes, let's jump into it.
Yes, our movie review of the movie Till. If you don't know, well, guess what? They made a movie of the actual events that took place in Emmett Till's murder. Mamie Till, his mother, and they showed exactly what she went through after she found out her son was murdered. Then after that, the trial, and of course, it ended in a not guilty verdict of the perpetrators who committed this heinous crime. And also, years later, we come to find out that Carolyn Bryant, the woman who Emmett Till allegedly sexually assaulted by whistling at her, it never happened. And so Carolyn O'Brien, her husband, and her brother-in-law all lived their lives until the fullest. And what we don't realize, and I hope I'm correct on this, the reason why when they came out the mouth and said that they actually did commit the murder, you can't be retried for the very same murder because it's called double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy.
Now, I'm going to just jump in and tell you that my opinion on this movie.
Okay.
It was done well. The researchers, they really researched into the story as much as they possibly could. And that's pretty much all I can give you. It is definitely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It is, to say the least, very upsetting. This happened in 1955 to a young male of 14 years old. And where white men and some black men, they had fun torturing, murdering this child just because. And for the woman, Carol Bryant, to just make up something like this where you know what could have happened, what can happen.
What has probably happened before.
And what I'm saying at this point in time with this movie, with this story, what has changed in 2022? How many young brothers have been murdered by the police? Hell, been murdered by white people. And got a not guilty verdict. George Zimmerman murdered Trayvon Martin. Yes, he murdered him. He hunted him and murdered him. Why do I say he hunted him? Because the police actually told him not to pursue.
And you were following him in the first place. That's what
And
you
then
do when you're hunting animals.
And then what happens is you provoked an argument by getting in this young man's way. And he stood up for himself. And that's where the standing ground law was implemented, because you felt as though you were attacked and you killed him. And then what happens when George Zimmerman actually murders Trayvon Martin, gets off, what does he do? He mocks the family. He mocks the family by going on a fucking tour, signing Trayvon Martin's death murder photos, auctioning off the very handgun that he used to murder Trayvon Martin, signing fucking Skittle bags. And then the white race mocks our atrocities by dressing up in Halloween as Neighborhood Watch, Trayvon Martin, Skittle bag and iced tea, and then there's a makeshift finger and a gun to the back of Trayvon Martin's head. These are the very same white folks that say they're not racist.
They ain't all bad.
What do I say about Till? It is a reoccurring nightmare that black folks do every damn day. Now, and I know how people say, well, what about black on black crime? I'm glad you brought that up. When Andre kills Kevin, Andre gets caught. Andre's going to jail. Not saying it's better, but there is some kind of justice for the family of Kevin, I'm sorry. We can sit here and go back and forth all day long about how we as black folks kill each other, and which is bad. It's a damn fucking shame. But when you put your money invested into a justice system, that when a white person takes a black life, 9 times out of 10, that white person gets off with the murder. No matter the video footage, no matter the witness accounts, that white person will walk. And not only will they walk, they will make a mockery of what they just did. Now, we've had some justice prevailed on upon us. The Ahmaud Arbery killers, they're sitting in jail, and they're sitting here trying to petition to get a better to go to a better prison. You had a situation with Amber Geiger. If you don't know what I'm speaking of, this is the woman that murdered the young brother that was in his home, minding his own damn business, eating ice cream. Botham Jean. And look what happened. Look at the mockery. While they were in court and she was being tried, she was being convicted, the judge, who is a black woman, gave her a hug and a goddamn Bible. The brother forgave her and gave her a hug during the trial. Where they do that at? The bailiff was sitting there wiping away her hair and her tears. It's going to be okay, baby. Don't worry about a thing. How many black men sat before that very judge, convicted murderers, did she ever give a hug and a Bible to? The bailiff, did she ever wipe the tears away from a brother that's sitting here that's looking at 30 years?
Probably not.
See, this is my outrage. You not only kill us, but you get off with it. And you get off on actually getting off of killing us. You sit around here and you make it seem as if, hey, you know what it is, what it is. They made a mockery. They make a mockery of us. My question, what has changed?
Not a thing.
So you can watch this movie. They try to make it seem as if no black person is going to be harmed in this film. That's something you talk about dogs, man. Animals. PETA. So now we're animals. I don't believe that we'll ever come to a point where we can say, all right, we're good as black people. I'm not going to get into no rage because I'm tired of getting there. I'm tired of getting upset. I don't see us getting any kind of peace. I don't see us getting any kind of economic power to just take what's rightfully ours and keep it. We have to sit here and actually go back and forth with white and non-black people about using the N-word in their lyrics or just in their everyday conversation. Have you heard of such bullshit that you got to tell somebody not to make you feel fucked up, not to disrespect you?
Critical race theory?
It's the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life that I got to actually, you're going to tell me how to feel about the N-word being used without having any kind of history about the N-word in its existence, where it comes from. And then you'll make your argument by saying, well, you all use it. Yeah, they also said I'm a great black man. Are you going to say that? Of course not. And then you get those people that actually have, I have a few black friends. They don't mind it. Why, if you are a white person or non-black person and you're befriending me, why in the hell would you want to use a word that you know conjures up hurt and pain? Why would you want to? Why would you want to make me feel fucked up? This movie is history. And watch it. Support it. Black man wrote it. Black woman directed it. Go for what you know. I just want to ask the question, what has changed? Over 70 years ago. Now, this is just one incident. Just one that we know of. What has changed? This justice system needs to burn. It needs to burn. So serious. The people that interact in this justice system, they need to go. From the prosecuting attorney all the way down to the arresting officer. Judges, the whole system itself needs to be burned. Serious. The political realm burned. You don't even have to know politics. Just as long as you got popularity, you can be in office. You ain't got to have any kind of experience. You don't have to be intelligent.
Clearly.
But this is where we are. Till, thank you. May you rest in peace, my brother, as well as your mother and your father. I'm sorry I've taken over this whole entire conversation, so I'm going to be quiet, let my wife speak about it, and take it away.
I thought the movie was done very well, with the exception of the fact that the director or writer, or both, indicated that no physical harm will be done to black people on screen. How can you tell a story if you don't tell the entire story? And you don't want to show what white people are doing or have done to Emmett Till. You don't want to show the process. You don't want to show any white person doing any harm. But you did not have a problem showing the body, the end result, the body of the black child. So, in my opinion, it desecrates his memory, because it's important to know the entire story. We cannot continue to use critical race theory and whitewash shit because white people do it. Because white people's feelings are hurt. Their feelings are hurt while our bodies are dropping. And clearly one is heavier than the other on a scale. So, like I said, the movie was done well. It was done tastefully. There were a few discrepancies with me. One with them not showing exactly the torture, but we have horror movies that show everything, heads popping off, aliens coming out of chests and stuff, and we know those things are make-believe. Why not show the real? The real is what they did to Emmett Till. That's the real. But we'll show the outcome. We'll show what this black boy's body looked like. We'll show the open casket. will talk about how his father died in service. Now, he was a military man. He was overseas when he died. I'm speaking of Lewis Till, Emmett Till's father. But they don't go any further into Emmett Till's life, which is fine, because if this is about his death, you didn't go into that either. So there were a few discrepancies in the movie. I don't want to spoil it, but I will say, again, the movie was done tastefully, but it was incomplete. It was like getting a raw steak, getting a steak done and it's brown on both sides, grill marks and all. And when you cut into it, it's still bloody. And I don't mean medium rare, I mean bloody. So they needed to do this a little more for me. They needed to show the white person's part in it. Their physical part, their hands. The only thing they showed was them pulling him out of the house. That's it. And them being rude to the black people, which is something we see every day. So that's my take on the movie. See it if you will. I do suggest that you see it, like my husband. I do suggest that you see it. But be prepared. It's gentrified. It's whitewashed. It's critically erased. So that's what I got for it. I'm Ray. That is our time. We thank you for yours. Thank you for riding with us on our road to 1K by 2023. We appreciate it. And until the next video,